Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Star Trek Adventures 2nd Edition Starter Set. So this is one of the things that I ordered over the holiday break. I also finally picked up the Star Trek Adventures Gamma Quadrant sourcebook, which I was missing for the longest time and couldn't find it in stock anywhere. And there's finally one of the stores I visited when I was in Toronto back in July of or June, I think it was June of last year, 2024. They actually had it at their store in stock, available online, so I placed an order for that. But I ordered this directly from Modifius, and I'm a big fan of like the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game. I have the original starter set here as well, which we'll probably compare it to. I also have the core rulebook, the 4 quadrant books, and I guess I think the science division book there as well. And there's a few other things that I kind of want to pick up. There's like the Shackleton Expanse campaign. But anyway, when they announced that 2nd edition was coming out, I was pretty intrigued to kind of see what we have here. So we do have the starter set. It looks like the artwork from like the 2nd edition stuff seems to be kind of inspired by like the Strange New Worlds series, so you kind of have like that era represented mostly, whereas the 1st edition starter set was sort of based in like the Next Generation era, which admittedly the Next Generation era is my favorite version of Star Trek. I haven't watched Strange New Worlds or Discovery, or really the only like new thing I've been watching was Lower Decks. But anyway, so the era that is represented in the artwork isn't really my favorite kind of Star Trek, but that's not, the be-all, end-all. It does still support play through things like the Enterprise era, the original series, kind of like with that Strange New Worlds and Discovery stuff, and all the way through like the Next Gen era and things like that. So really cool stuff. So let's take a look at the starter set. So on the back, and I think some of the tokens have fallen out of the cardboard sheets there, but it does come with a rule booklet there, so 48-page rule booklet, a 60-page campaign campaign booklet. So there's 60 pages worth of adventure scenarios, ship sheet and character sheets, reference sheets, 5 20-sided dice, and unique color exclusive to the starter set. And does it not have any D6s? Interesting. Okay, so the original set had 2d20 and then 4d6, and this just has 5d20. So I'm wondering kind of how that's gonna shape up. Also, how big were the books here? So that doesn't tell you. Okay, probably about the same size as far as that's concerned. But really cool stuff. Then we got tokens, 6 momentum tokens for 6 different civilizations, 36 threat tokens, and 29 determination tokens. It also doesn't look like there's any maps included in this one, whereas the original one actually had maps there as well. So looks like you get a little bit less than what was in the 1st edition set. But again, we'll take a look and see kind of what we got on the inside there. And it says play out of the box, so everything that you need. So I guess they really don't use the D6s anymore, I guess. Anyway, let's get this ripped open here. I'm not really here to like review the rule set or anything. I'm literally just showing kind of what's inside the box. I just gotta set this plastic somewhere where if my puppy comes down, he's not going to be able to chew on it or choke on it. But inside, okay, so we got our 5 dice there. It does come in a Ziploc bag, which is handy. I'm pretty sure the 1st edition one was in a Ziploc bag as well. But there are some starter sets where you have to, rip open the bag to get access to the dice. So I've got a lot of sealed dice packages in some of my sets. But you got kind of this like, I don't know, almost like a turquoise color, which is nice. Or kind of a greenish color. It looks more blue on the screen on my phone here than it does in person, but it's kind of more greenish, so I don't know, maybe like an aquamarine color or something like that. But there's our 5 dice. We got the campaign booklet on the top there, and then we've got, oh my goodness, most of the tokens fell out. But that's okay. That's all right. Um, probably just from shipping, right? Just the vibrations of driving around in the vehicles. But there's some of the tokens. We'll take a look at the other stuff here in a moment. But let's just kind of we'll dump those out. And we'll take a look at a couple of them here. So we've got Star Trek Adventures, Determination. We've got the threat there. Looks like we've got the Klingon symbols. So I guess you could use these as miniature representations if you really need to. We got the Federation. We got the Romulans, the Klingons. We got the Cardassians there. I think that's Bajor. Or Bajorans. Oh, I don't know that one. Could be Vulcan, I guess. I'm just kind of spitballing here. Anyway, I guess that's all the different. I guess that's all the different ones that they have. But anyway, those are the tokens there. We got the Determination. We've got those. We'll just slide those kind of off to the side here. We'll take a quick look through the starter set rulebook. And so again, it is very much, although we got Voyager there, that's kind of cool, or an Intrepid class. I guess it's not necessarily specifically Voyager there. So we got the 2d20s. So with the d6s, I think if you rolled like an attack, so like if you hit with a phaser, then you could roll the d6s, I think, for the damage or something like that. So I guess it's kind of interesting that may have sort of changed. And there's the original series Enterprise. So again, we got some original series artwork there, momentum. We got some Lower Decks artwork, which is great. I really wish that could have gone on for a couple more seasons. Not sure what that era was. We have some decent artwork in here. There we go. There's the old Galaxy class. Does it have a registry number on it there? Could that be? Okay, well, that's not the Enterprise, but that's okay. So in the first edition starter set, the ship that was included was actually a Galaxy class. So you were a member of a Galaxy class crew. That's Discovery for sure. And again, it's kind of like the Strange New Worlds, I think, style Enterprise there. Original Enterprise era. And then Starship Combat example. Oh boy, they actually have Starship Combat in the starter set as well. So anyway, kind of cool stuff. So we got the starter set rule book. And then we've got our character sheets. And it looks like we got some reference cards here. Oh, okay. All right. These are actually like a card stock. They're not just paper. So that's kind of cool. It's glossy, but I don't think you'd be able to do, I wouldn't do dry erase or anything off of this. But yeah, so that's really cool. So you got the USS Challenger. Okay, it looks like it's got set damage. So what I want to see here is, okay, so yeah, I guess things just do set damage values. And I don't know if that's going to be the default rule or just sort of like a simplified version of the rules for the starter set. But it looks like everything here is sort of fixed damage. And they got their reference for actions they can do here on the back. I like the little diagram of the phaser. We got a Tellarite. Human science officer. Looks like a Beta Z there, where the way that he's holding his fingers up to his forehead to indicate that he's focusing on his psychic abilities. And then we've got just some really cool reference sheets here. And again, these are nice, thick cardstock, which is really nice. I think they're even thicker feeling, maybe not. But yeah, these are actually really really nice and sturdy. So I'll give them credit for that. I like the way that they've included those in there. So we got the reference cards. We've got all of the characters there. I'll just put them back in the same same order. We got our captain and we got our ship there. So yeah, it's pretty cool starter set. The first edition Star Trek Adventure starter set is what got me interested in Star Trek Adventures in the first place there. So I'm more than happy to get the second edition starter set. I do want to get the second edition rulebook, but to order it online is a little outside. Another one just fell out. Is a little outside of my price range right now because they're like almost $100 on their own, and that's before shipping. So I might wait and see. I'm going back to Toronto in end of February, early March for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view. So I'm going to check out a couple of stores there, and if any of them have the Star Trek Adventures rulebook and I can buy it without having to pay for shipping, then I'll probably do that. But yeah, I mean, a pretty cool set overall. I like the nice, colorful cover there. You know, the starter set adventure, like the cover arts on both, I think were pretty cool looking. It does focus on a different era than what my favorite Star Trek is, but that's okay. It's just the artwork. It's not really the be-all, end-all. But yeah, we had some cool stuff in here. I just want to take a look, actually, at some of the contents here. So we got the dice. We do have some tokens there for the characters if you actually wanted to play them, because it does include maps. And I think this... Oh, I just have a bunch of character sheets for different games in here, so we'll get rid of those. But yeah, okay, so we got the rule books there. We got the Magellan, and I think the other characters each have reference stuff on the back of them. But that is pretty well it. And these are thinner paper, so I'll say the quality of the included stuff in the second edition set is, I think, a little bit higher than what we had with the first edition, but they have moved away from using like maps and minis for like sort of, I guess, more tactical looking combat. And they've also removed the damage dice as well, so it looks like things just do a fixed amount now. So interesting stuff, and I will be reading up the rules in this, and I'll actually be doing like a full review of the starter set. But for now, I just kind of want to open it up. So let me know in the comments below if you picked up the Star Trek Adventures second edition rules, the core rulebook, or the starter set. What are your thoughts on it, and how do you think it compares to the first edition Star Trek Adventure rules? Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Until then, take care.